Hey guys, this is Steve on Steve's Fishing, Magnet Fishing and Nature Walks. Just want to ask you guys that if you're going to be doing magnet fishing at any time, especially those who do magnet fishing, please respect all waterways, rivers, canals, lakes, and anywhere else like swampland. Always respect the wildlife on there, please. Try not to cast in magnets which are near to wildlife. Try to let the wildlife, swim by before you start throwing magnets. Try not to do anywhere where it has got like wildlife, such as like nesting, because it's round about the time when birds are going to like start laying eggs and stuff like that. Respect private land as well. Try always get permission to do magnet fishing on any kind of private land. Get permission to do fisheries and lakes like I have. I just personally rang up the guy, Ian Bolton, who runs the fisheries over at Clapham Common, and I've actually got permission to be doing magnet fishing now. I even spoke to the bailiffs and they given me permission as well. So like, any kind of like fisheries, try to get permission. I know you don't need a license to do magnet fishing, but respect the bylaws. If you do talk to the people who own the land, the fisheries, the waters, the lakes, there's different like councils, just ring them up and say, look, I want to do a bit of magnet fishing. And explain what magnet fishing is all about. It helps to clear the rivers and canals and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they'd be okay with it. Private land, get permission from the landowner. If you're going to do magnet fishing down on the sea, then I'm pretty sure that's okay, because you're helping to clear the crap out of the sea as well. And I don't think there's any kind of like council or certain people you need to even ask to do magnet fishing on the sea. It's more riverways, canals, lakes, some swampland like marshland, wetlands. You might need to get permission on there because they are sometimes protected by councils, such as like nature reservices. So try to get permission on there before you start like chucking magnets in, protected parts of the rivers or lakes or wetlands. Try and either take home what you catch on your magnet. If you're not, then put it to one side and hopefully the council will come along, or someone who takes care of the rivers will come along and remove the stuff for you. If there's a bin, put it in the bin. I know on rivers there are not bins on quite a lot of the riverways. But if you can, take a plastic bag with you and put that in the bag, the stuff you don't want, and then when you get to a bin, dump it in the bin. Try not to throw stuff back in the river, because what's the point of doing a magnet fishing on any kind of riverway or waterway and you're going to throw it back in? It's pointless. So, respect the land, respect the rivers, respect wildlife, and get permission if you can on like private land. Just say that, you're going to go over, you want to do some magnet fishing. You try not to disturb too much of the wildlife, but it does help to clear, the junk out of, waterways. And I'm pretty sure you might get the okay by, people who own certain lands. Don't go trambling in someone's private property and getting caught, because they can probably have you arrested for trespassing. So, get permission first. So yeah, try to obey the laws. I know there ain't really much laws about magnet fishing. You are helping to get, rivers and lakes and canals, a bit more cleaner by moving iron, steel. I think brass as well can be picked up by a magnet, and one or two other alloys that can be connected to a magnet. If anyone wants to know what cameras to use when you're doing magnet fishing, I use one of these little head cams. You get them quite cheap on eBay for about £25. Comes with one battery. You get like different accessories with it. You can buy one of these headbands like I've got and stick it on your head, and you can have the camera pointing downwards or upwards or whatever you want. The headband itself is around about £5 or £6 on eBay. Get yourself an extra like USB charger, because these will actually charge up your batteries quicker than it does through the actual camera. And you can actually put two batteries in. You can buy two batteries and a charger for about £15–20. I think the charger is about £10, and then you get two extra batteries for about £6–7 for the two. So you're talking around about a maximum lay of just under £40. And these batteries do last up to about half an hour, 45 minutes, as long as they're charged up properly. So yeah, this is all what the video is about. It's just like kind of respect the waterways, try not to disturb the wildlife too much, get permission when you're doing magnet fishing. As I say, there is a lot of places you don't need permission. People are kind of like, I've had a lot of people interested in what I'm doing come up to me. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just magnet fishing. Well, what's that involved? Oh, just like throwing a magnet and getting some of that scrap metal out kind of thing. Well, that's great, I even had one guy, which was, I believe he said he was a bailiff on the River Wandle, and he was like amazed on the stuff I was pulling out, and he kind of congratulated me and thanked me for doing what I was doing, because I'm helping to, like, in one way maintain the River Wandle, and I'm pulling out a lot of scrap metal. And the resources nowadays that you don't get a lot of volunteering to help to clear rivers and lakes and canals out, so even if you don't get permission, I'm pretty sure that if someone does come along and you explain what you're doing, they're going to be kind of happy, and they say, oh yeah, Kevin, go ahead, do what you're doing. But if you can, try to get permission, ring up the local authorities that run the river, because sometimes you'll probably get a no, I don't want you being there. I do the River Wandle, and there is like a lake in the Merton Park area, and I wanted to do that. And when I went there, there's a couple of people from Lambeth Council, and I said, well, can I do a bit of magnet fishing? And he said no. I said, why not? He goes, no fishing allowed. I said, I'm not fishing, I'm magnet fishing. And I told him what it's involved, and he goes, no, it's private land. It's not private land, it's public land. But I left it and I didn't bother. But the other day I did go back to the River Wandle, and I was pulling out a load of metal stuff. Pulled out like a little Gallinger gun, as you've seen on my video. And while I was sitting there, this guy walked up to me, asked me what I was doing. And I said, you ain't a bailiff, are you? He goes, yeah, I am actually. I said, well, I don't think I need permission to do this. He goes, no, you don't. And what you're doing is a great job. So, I'm pretty sure, people who run the rivers, bailiffs, are going to be quite happy with you doing it, as long as you're not, like throwing all the stuff everywhere for, like, animals to get hurt. Put it in a pile, So when people do come down to clean, the trash, they probably see it and take away them. Or you can put it in a separate bag and take it with you and put it in the bin. Or you can dispose of it when you get home. So really, I'm just asking you to respect the land, respect the lakes, the rivers. Try not to do magnet fishing where there's a lot of animals, especially birds, water birds, which are nesting. Try not to disturb them. If you see like a clump of fish, just don't disturb the fish. Move it a bit further on where there ain't a lot of fish there. And I'm pretty sure you'll still get a lot of good stuff coming out. So anyway, peace and respect and happy magnet hunting. And if you want to subscribe, please do so. I'm always looking for new magnet hunting videos, streams to go and follow, and share my videos and my interest. And I will try to give you some information on other places which you can go to and do magnet fishing. The place I actually do myself is the River Wandle. That's a 14-kilometre river. Mitcham Common. There's 3 different lakes on 3 parts of the commons. I've actually now got permission to do Clapham Common. I wouldn't advise you to go to Clapham Common magnet fishing unless you speak to the actual guy who runs the lakes, which is Ian Bolton. He runs the fisheries there. I'm the only one allowed to do it at the moment, but if you want to go and do Clapham Common, you can do it, but get permission first, because they may say no. Although I know Ian Bolton and I know some of the bays down there, I'm okay, but I don't think they want too many people going down and magnet fishing. I know there's some lakes over at Tooting, but where they are, I don't know. I'm going to try to find out where they are and try to get permission to do some magnet fishing there. And I'm hoping to go to Foxhill Bridge at some stage. The River Thames is a very lengthy river, and I've seen a lot of people do there and get some interesting stuff out. So I'm hoping to go and do the River Thames at some stage. But I will kind of respect the river as it is. If there's any like birds nesting, I'm not going to be phoning my magnet where they're nesting and like laying eggs. And I'm going to respect the wildlife as I'm respecting the river as well. So I'm asking you to do the same. All right, catch you later, guys. Thanks for watching. It's Steve on Steve's Fishing and Magnet Fishing and Nature channel. Catch you later. Bye for now.